Hi, it's May 8th, 2024, and this is What's Up Wednesday with me, Leanie Ann. Today I don't have a lot of writer news to tell you, and that's because I have a Saturday broadsheet that is coming out on Saturday, as the name indicates, right? If you haven't signed up to receive those monthly updates, then go to LeanieBrown.com and look for the menu item that says Join a Reader Community, and it'll tell you all the places where you can connect with me. I share the Saturday broadsheet on my blog, on Patreon, on Substack, and on Ream. So those are 4 places where you can get it, because it will be scheduled and it will go out around 8:05 in the morning or so, 8 o'clock in the morning, my time, which is Atlantic time, because I'm in Nova Scotia. So you'll get that. Otherwise, I will probably, hopefully, post about it on Saturday, but sometimes, because life gets busy on the weekends, and I don't normally work on the weekends, you might have to wait until Monday to find out about it. So if you want to know about it on the day, for sure, guaranteed, then make sure you've signed up for one of those reader communities. Okay, that's why I don't have a lot of writer news, personal update or anything to share, because I don't want to say it twice. There is one thing that I was going to mention today that I will also mention again on Saturday, and that is that I have a story that I'm working on called How to Marry an Accomplished Lady Without Losing One's Mind. And this Friday, I have scheduled the first chapter of that in its pre-publication form. So it's been written, it's been read a couple of times and edited a couple of times, and then scheduled. So there's probably some errors in it. There might be a few things that change a little bit, but usually what I post and share early stays pretty close to what's going to be the final product. So that will post on Ream Stories, which is Leanie, I think it's Leanie Brown. No, it's reamstories.com/Leanie Brown. And on Patreon, which is patreon.com/Leanie Brown. And the first three chapters of that story will be public, which means all you have to do is follow in order to be able to read those. After that, all the remaining chapters will be reserved for those who are paid subscribers. Patreon subscriptions start at $1 and $2 on Patreon. Ream, $3 was where I could start. They wouldn't let me start at any other level, and I've got a $3 and a $4 one there so far. I'm thinking about some other possible tiers that I can offer later, but I'm not ready for that yet. So it's just $1, $2, $3, or $4 a month tiers. And I will be posting 1 chapter per week. The book will be about probably 15 chapters long, is what my loose plan is. I don't outline, so we know these plans have to be loose, but all the other books in this series have been about that long. All the ones that have been Sweet Possibilities, I think they've all been 15 exactly. So it'll be about 15 chapters. So it's going to take a while to get through it. But once we get to that chapter 4, if you're a paid subscriber, you'll get to continue reading along as I'm writing it. And when I get done, I'll take some time. It usually takes me about a month or so, depending on my editor's schedule, when I can get it in. Get it all cleaned up and ready for publication, and then there's a couple of paid tiers where you can get a copy of the book before anyone else does. So that's the ebook. It's not the print book, that's the ebook. Print book is something that I'm thinking about for another tier, but I haven't quite figured out all the logistics with shipping from Canada. It's not cheap. So I got to figure some of that sort of thing out, how much it would cost and all that. Um, that's the one that'll be in both today's and Saturday's broadsheet. Then there is this other little bit of news, which is probably not exciting to you at all, but I'm finding it quite delightful, is I am actually filming on my phone today and not even holding my phone, because I was able to get a tripod, like I've been mentioning for quite some time. Oh, I need to get a tripod so I don't have to hold my phone. Well, I finally have one. It's nothing fancy. It's a nice selfie stick tripod, and I have found that it's quite nice to be able to use it for reading. I can sit and read on my phone without actually having to hold my phone. And I have some issues with my neck. From an injury from a long time ago. So a couple of the discs. So sometimes holding my phone can get painful. And I do have a tablet that I have on a case that I can kind of tripod it, and I can set it on a table. But that doesn't work so well all the time because there's not always a table. But this little tripod thing, I can get it set up in a lot of other places, and I can take it, watch videos when I'm cooking, more easily and things. So I'm finding a lot of fun things that I can do with it besides just making these videos. This is the first video that I've made on it. So that's kind of exciting. Now, what am I going to do on weeks when I don't have any writing news? Am I going to skip the Wednesday post, or am I going to try to do something different? I'm thinking we're going to try to do something different. Here are some of the ideas that I had, a couple of the ideas. I could just pull out a book and tell you something about the book, that some sort of behind the scenes information about the book. If there is any, there may not be. I could read excerpts from my books. I have written a journal about how glimpses of God's love show up in my books, and I have thought about doing some videos on that, but I was thinking I might keep those separate from the Wednesday posts because not everybody wants to hear that, and that's fine. They don't have to want to. I'll just share it with those who want to hear it. The other thing is I did go online and I looked up some author interview questions. I got a whole couple sheets worth that I printed off that I can use just as random questions that I can answer for you guys. You could put your ideas of what you would like me to do and questions that you would like me to consider answering in the comments wherever you are watching this, because I do post this in several places. I like to give you lots of choices as to how you can consume the content that I'm making. Put that in the comments, what you'd like to see, questions that you'd like to answer. Please don't feel bad if I don't answer your question, because there may be just some questions that I don't feel comfortable answering, but ask them anyway, because maybe I don't feel comfortable answering them now, but maybe I'll feel comfortable answering them later. I don't know. So ask me anything that you would like to ask me about my writing life. And is there anything else that I needed to tell you about today? I don't think so. I was going to answer one of those questions, but we're already getting right up to the 10-minute mark, and I would like to keep these videos around 10 minutes. So I will just say have a wonderful rest of the week. I hope it's a great one, and be watching for the Saturday broadsheet on Saturday. Make sure that you read that. There should, hopefully, if I get it written by then, there should be a new little story vignette at the end. All right, have a great week.